Boom! I have another project bike, guys. Another one. Because I definitely didn't have enough already. So yeah, another project bike. I know what you guys are thinking. I know I already have enough project bikes. But this deal was too good to be true. Now before we get into that, you guys might be wondering, Legend, why are you in full motorcycle gear and where in the hell are you? Because this is clearly not my shed. This is my new workshop. It's just under 100 square meters, which is plenty big. All the projects will be moving to here and I will have more space to record and make videos because the shed is getting a little bit small. Now this is actually my grandfather's old woodworking shop. He was a woodworker, obviously. He basically could make anything in wood. He made the shed I was working in, which is older than me and still standing. He used to make kitchens, he used to make full log style cabin houses. And even when he joined the army, because he served in World War II, they didn't deploy him in the action. He was such a good woodworker that they kept him at the base as a woodworker, so everybody would just go up to him and ask him to make something, and he would make it. It's a cool little backstory. Most of his old equipment is even still in here, his workbenches, his old woodworking equipment, so I'm sure some of that will be useful to me as well. Now, onto this bike. This is a 1993, I believe, Yamaha Virago, or XV, if you will. I think they were called Virago in America and XV in Europe. And it looks pretty good, other than one of the cylinders completely missing, which is in that box right there. Now when half of your engine comes in a box like that, you know you're in for a treat. And this is actually the Virago 250, so a pretty small one, usually something I wouldn't really buy. But again, the deal on it was too good to pass up. I paid 300 euros for this, which you guys might be like, Legend, a year ago you had an R125 for like 260 euros and now you have this Virago for 300 euros. How did you do it? Well, well, fun story is this bike is actually from the same person that sold me the R125. He has a little thing going on where he messes up his engine. So I bought this off of him for 300 bucks, and of course the person I'm talking about is Charlie. You guys know him, he's been in plenty of videos. So this is gonna be very much like the R125, a engine build type series, because the electricals are all good. It is missing indicators, which I will be putting on, and it is also missing a taillight. Now when I got this bike it had one, but one of those generic LED ones that didn't even really fit the look of the bike, so I took it off and put it on a different bike, and I will be putting on a different one. The electricals under the seat could use a little bit of cleaning up as well, but everything should be working. The brakes also work perfectly fine, as well as the gearbox. So what is actually wrong with this engine? So I unpacked the box real quick. As you can see, there's some air filter stuff, cylinder and cylinder head. And you guys might be wondering, man, that's all bagged up so nice, all organized and shit. There's no way this is Charles's stuff. And that's kind of correct, because he took it to a shop first and they basically said, oh, you need a whole new engine, which I don't believe to be the case, but we'll see about that. So the actual problem is right here on the table. As you might be able to tell, there's a few chunks missing here. The camera wants to focus on it. Yeah, there's two nice chunks missing out of the valve, which my guess is because they don't really seem broken. The edges are way too nice and rounded to just be broken. So I think this valve just burned off. Which brings me to my theory as to what happened. He said he had a seized piston. Now this is Charles. When Charles says seized piston, that could literally be anything. Now what I think is, because this happened in one of the hottest weekends we had last year, I think he was just running the bike too hard. Charles uses and abuses his motorcycles, which is fair. It's his stuff, so he can do to it what he wants. But he just probably was on the highway pegging it, trying to do 120 because this is only a 250cc. Very hot weather with high RPMs on this small air-cooled engine, because it's air-cooled. Probably just ran too hot. Maybe it was even running a little bit lean. So I think it just, overheated, which is why it seized. And the valve burned, I think. That's my theory, at least. It might be true, it might not be. We will dig into it. I noticed the piston not being in the box, so I hope that's still here somewhere. Yeah, oh, there it is. Let's uncover that. I don't know how well you guys can see that, really. Let me grab the flashlight. Is that better? It kind of is. The surface looks pretty good. I think there's like one little ding in it. So maybe one of those pieces hit the piston once before going out of the exhaust. Because it was the exhaust port. There's one little ding on it. I don't really know if you can see it on video. So yeah, this is going to be a nice fun little project. Some more engine work like the R125. If you haven't seen the R125 build yet, I will put a link to that playlist in the description. In the next episode, we will be diving into the engine and seeing if there's any real damage other than the valve. Check the cylinder wall for scores. Maybe the little piece of valve was rattling in there for a little bit. Fully check out the piston. Go through all of the stuff. But yeah, that's going to be for next episode, because right now I'm in my full motorcycle gear. It's very hot. I'm melting away currently. If you enjoyed this short little video revealing my project, please leave a like. If you want to follow this project, please subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.